Hi, my name's Craig Sharp, your MSP Wingman. Today's video is about selling the vision. Just going to let that settle for a moment. Selling the vision. I've worked in MSP businesses and IT in general for over 20 years. And what you begin to understand when you sort of move back from our industry and peek at it from what we perhaps might describe as normal users, is that we are seen as very technical, maybe a little bit geeky, and generally speaking a language that a lot of other people don't understand. However, in our industry, it all makes perfect sense to us. If we want to talk about hosted exchange, if we want to talk about security solutions, if we want to talk about bring your own device and other mobile challenges, then to us it makes perfect sense. Sometimes that's why we find dealing with customers slightly challenging, because to us it makes perfect sense and we don't really understand why they don't understand that. Subject for another video. So when you're trying to convince people that you would be a good MSP IT support partner for them, personally, I don't think it's a good idea to go down a technical selling route. All you're going to do is invariably confuse people. You're perhaps going to alienate them because they don't really understand what you're talking about. Or at best, they're probably going to start looking up that information on the internet because you've given them some technical terms. And they're going to either find cheaper services or whatever. Excuse me. So, selling the vision. The vision is what the customer has in their mind as to how they're going to work. So I'll give you a classic example. We have a customer, we've had them for a long time, and they started with one office. Brilliant. Then they went to 2 offices, and at that point it starts to get complicated because they want to work as if they're one office, but they're geographically separated. Then they went from 2 to 3 offices. Then it gets much more technical. Now, in the IT industry, we might be talking about Citrix servers, remote desktop connections, VPNs, etc., etc. If you start having that conversation with a customer, they will just switch off. They don't get it. What you need to do is sell the vision. And the vision to this particular customer was an opportunity to work in 3 separate geographical locations, but present to the outside world as a single coherent business. You needed to do that with both the information that they have access to, so they all need to share the same databases, they all need to share the same email, and also in terms of telephony system, you need to be able to have a single number that can reach all of the sites, and so on and so forth. That is the kind of vision that the customer has for how they want to work. Now, we know in the background there are going to be some requirements for voice over IP, data connectivity, fibre to the cabinet, maybe some hosted exchange, possibly some Citrix or some remote desktop. But there's no need to go into that level of detail with the customer. Why? That's correct. Sell the vision. So if you're finding it difficult to talk to customers about the kind of services that you're offering, about the sorts of things that you can do, don't go back into your technical self. Come forward as a solution provider, as a facilitator, as someone who can turn what's in the head of the customer into reality. And the way to do that is to ask the customer what vision it is that they have for their future business. Do you want to work in a particular way? Ask the question. Is there something that you have in mind that you like to work towards? Ask the question. It's really important that when you're having these conversations, you put yourself in the position of the customer and you don't ask the customer to come into your position. And the reason for that is you have lots of technical understanding, lots of knowledge, lots of experience and lots of background in this, and the customer doesn't. So by trying to get them to understand your 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years worth of IT experience in a 10 or 15 minute conversation is not really achievable. So, sell the vision. Hopefully that's been interesting. Hopefully that's been something you could take away into your prospect meetings. My name's Craig Sharp and I am your MSP Wingman. Thanks very much.